Hello friends, in this video we learn reverse forward star delta starter power wiring. So let's start and first understand which component is required for this power wiring. So first we need 3-pole MCB for power supply and need 4 contactor because by using this power wiring we want to rotate our motor in both direction, forward as well as reverse. So we need 2 main contactor, one main contactor for forward rotation, one main contactor for reverse rotation, one delta contactor and one star contactor. So we required 4 contactor. Okay, 2 overload relay, one for main forward contactor and second one is for main reverse contactor. And in 3-phase motor we have 3 winding. Okay, so for understanding we use U1 U2 is a 1 winding, V1 V2 is a 1 winding and W1 W2 is a 1 winding. Okay, so let's start and connection understand step by step. First understand where this starter is required. Okay, so by using star delta starter we can rotate our motor in only one direction, but in some application we want to rotate our motor in forward direction as well as reverse direction. For rotating big motor in both direction this starter is required. So let's start and understand how power wiring is done, because in this starter many confusion occurs. So let's start power wiring. First we give 3-phase supply to the power MCB. Okay, power MCB we connect input of all 3 phases. Now we connect R phase in main contactor forward. Okay, Y phase in main contactor forward and B phase in main contactor forward. Okay, simply we connect 3 phase in main contactor and we know in star delta starter our motor winding should get 440 volt and we normally give 440 volt to the each of the winding. So how this 440 volt give to the motor terminals, let's understand. First connect main forward contactor R phase in U1, main forward contactor Y phase in V1 and blue phase in W1. So by this connection our motor terminal get only 220 volt. Okay, U1 winding get 220 volt, V1 winding get 220 volt and W1 winding get 220 volt. Okay, now we have 2 main contactor, so connect both contactor output to the each other with same phase sequence. Okay, R phase, Y phase and B phase in same phase sequence. And as we know, for rotating motor forward and reverse we need to change phase sequence. So we will change phase sequence here, but first understand how our motor rotate in forward rotation. Okay, so first complete wiring of forward rotation. Now we connect delta contactor input supply. In normal star delta starter we connect supply here R phase, Y phase and B phase in normal star delta starter, but in this starter connection we connect R phase here to delta contactor input and Y phase here to delta contactor input in same phase sequence. Phase sequence is not changed yet. Okay, now B phase to the delta contactor input. R, Y, B comes in same phase sequence. Now connect R, Y and B, 3 wire. Now first complete star contactor wiring. First R wire comes to the star contactor, Y wire comes to the star contactor input and B wire comes to the star contactor input. Now star contactor output R phase, Y phase and B phase, and all 3 phases are shorted. So this point is known as neutral point. Okay, normal star delta starter connection. Now how our motor terminal get 440 volt in forward rotation, let's understand. Our U1 winding get 220 volt and U2 winding should get other phase, should be Y phase or B phase. So connect Y phase. So in forward rotation our U1 and U2 winding get R phase and Y phase, so get 440. Now V1 get Y phase, so V2 we will give B phase, so our winding get 440 volt. Now W1 get B phase, we give R phase, so our winding get 440 volt. So when we run our motor in forward direction our all winding get 440 volt and motor run properly in forward rotation. Okay, now if we want to rotate our motor in reverse direction, so we change phase sequence here. Okay, R phase here to give same phase sequence. Now we change Y and B phase sequence. Okay, Y in this contactor second terminal we give to the third terminal, Now B in this third terminal we give to the second terminal. Okay. Now phase sequence change here for rotating motor in reverse direction. Now if reverse contactor operate, then phase sequence change, then phase sequence also change. Then how this connection work? Let's understand. For changing phase sequence, okay, R phase comes, B phase comes, and Y phase comes. In this connection, R phase comes U1, and B phase comes V1, and Y phase comes in W1. Okay, R, B, and Y. Now, how our winding get 440 volt? Let's understand. U1 winding get R phase, so U2 winding also phase sequence change here, R, B, and Y. So R, B, Y comes here. So how 440 volt? U1 get R phase, U2 get B phase, V1 get B phase, V2 get Y phase 440 volt, W1 get Y phase, and W2 get R phase. So all of our winding get 440 volt in reverse direction and forward direction. So hope you understand this concept. If you have any doubt, please ask in comment box, and if you like video, please like button press, and today's for enough. Thanks for watching.